That's right, the Jets finally get a division win. We take down the Dolphins 40-17. Here are my top 5 takeaways.
Up and up the field. Backing it free.
And you about to get ran the fuck over. Oh, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. J-E-T-S, Jets.
Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, we finally break the streak. The Jets beat a division rival. We hang 40 on the Dolphins. The Jets put the cheetah back in the zoo. Tyreek Hill didn't do jack. This was really, really nice. And Quinnen Williams laying a little bit of a boom on him. Makes me feel all that much better that it iced the game. When's the last time the Jets hung 40 on anyone, let alone a division rival? This was a lot of fun to watch. This was a really exciting game. We were dominant the first half of this game, and we were sitting at halftime. I'm talking to O'Leary. I'm talking to Greenbean. I'm like, I don't know how to predict the rest of this game. I don't want to get excited because if I get excited, we're going to blow it. And I have this PTSD from being a Jet fan and just having things go the wrong way. But this is a new look team. This team doesn't know the same old Jets. This is a new look Jets. This team is violent, and I absolutely love it. From start to finish, this team absolutely brought it. So let's get into my top 5 takeaways. My first one, my boy Sauce Gardner, earning his number 4 overall selection. He finishes the day 3 tackles, 2 assists, his first career interception, and he knocks out Teddy Bridgewater on the first offensive play for the Miami Dolphins, hits his elbow. Teddy actually winds up hitting his head. He actually has the first concussion protocol kind of thing since they added the new rule where if you're kind of like wobbly, they pull you from the game. Odd that it's the Dolphins, again, that happens to. But hopefully Teddy's all right. But Sauce, the penalty flag goes down. Hits Teddy. Penalty flag goes down. I'm thinking, oh no, this is going to be roughing the passer. That's what it's going to be because they're trying to protect the quarterback, and Sauce is going to get flagged for a stupid, what I don't think should be a penalty, but it was a penalty. Winds up being intentional grounding in the end zone. I'm jumping up and down, slap my hands. Jets get a safety. 2 points right off the bat. This one felt good. Sauce played out of his mind. His interception, nice tip from John Franklin Myers, coming off the edge, getting in the way, hitting that arm of third-string quarterback Skylar Thompson. Words are eluding me right now. But yes, the Jets and Sauce Gardner had themselves a little bit of a day. Really, really liked everything we got from Sauce. And this kid's only going to get better too. Like this guy's already playing, I don't want to say like a top 10 corner, but it's got to be close. I'd love to see what the actual statistics are on this kid because I don't think teams are going to want to throw his direction. And on the other side, DJ Reed playing just as good. We got a hell of a duo at corner after having a little bit of a rough go of it the last few years. Speaking of Sauce Gardner and the way the cornerbacks played, I want to talk about the cheetah. That's right, the dude that was talking a little bit of smack. We could have traded for him. We wound up not trading for him. I'm glad we didn't get him because screw this guy. We put Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, back in the zoo. 7 receptions, 47 yards, 2 rushes, 13 yards. This guy was a complete non-factor, was the top receiver on their team, and he didn't do jack. If you want to beat the Dolphins, you have to take care of Waddle. You got to take care of Hill, and the Jets absolutely did that today. Look, I'll be honest. There's going to be Dolphins fans or people in general that are just poo-pooing on the Jets because, Tua wasn't playing. Teddy got knocked out. You got a third-string quarterback. The weapons are what makes Miami dangerous. You get it into their hands and they can create plays after the fact. The Jets took care of their weapons and the quarterback never stood a chance. So the Jets took care of Tyreek Hill, complete non-factor in this game. The other thing I want to talk about on the Jets offensive side of the ball, before we get to some of the more exciting accolades towards the end here, Jets offensive line. How many combinations have we seen from this offensive line since the start of the season, basically since training camp, right? Elijah Vera-Tucker moves from left tackle that he played last week over to right tackle. Dwayne Brown comes in nice and healthy, plays on the left-hand side. They got 135 rush yards and only allowed 2 sacks. You had from left to right, Dwayne Brown, Tomlinson, McGovern, Herbig, and AVT. So really liked what we got out of these guys. I think this has been our best combination of offensive linemen to date. And I think this is what you're going to see moving forward. And then, hopefully you get a little bit more consistency as these guys start to figure out each other's tendencies and the way they pass off blocks. The sky's the limit. And we saw it all day today, which leads me into the guy that benefited the most from this new look offensive line. And that is one, Breece, the beast in the AFC East. Hall. Oh man, this guy broke out. 197 all-purpose yards. That's 18 rushes, 97 yards and a touchdown, 2 receptions, 100 yards. Very easily could have been 2 more touchdowns. Guy got tackled twice on the 1-yard line, and Michael Carter winds up running in the touchdown the very next play. So I was kind of like, oh man, Breece could have had an even more monster day. This dude's absolutely going to get Rookie of the Week again. Incredible. I love me some Michael Carter. 100% he's a stud. But Breece Hall, when you watch him run and you watch the moves he makes and the catches he has and the speed and just everything, you understand why this guy was so highly touted. And the Jets, I don't know if we've ever had a running back quite so talented. Definitely not since I've been watching. I know Curtis Martin, phenomenal running back, but I wouldn't consider Martin the receiver out of the backfield that Breece is. Breece just runs wild. It's like having a wide receiver playing running back for you. This kid's going to be really impressive, and we're going to face some other teams this year. Once this offensive line starts to gel and guys start to get a little more banged up and they're a little bit later into the season, Breece Hall is going to stay fresh because Michael Carter is going to allow him to spell himself. He's going to be able to rest his legs a little bit more than he was when he was over at Iowa. I can't believe how good this guy is. I'll be honest, when we drafted him, I was stunned. No way did I think we were taking Breece Hall or a running back in the second round. I wanted a running back. I wanted one maybe in the 4th round. I was so wrong. Breece Hall was absolutely the right move, and we took so much pressure off Zach Wilson by having such a dominant backfield to just turn around and hand the ball off to. That brings me to my final takeaway, and that was Zach Wilson finishes the day 14 of 21. That's good for a 66% completion percentage. Had 210 yards, 4 rushes, 2 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, no throwing touchdowns, but like I said, Breece Hall had 2 receptions and on the 1-yard line. So this very easily could have been a 3-touchdown day for Zach Wilson, which is really weird. I have to go back and look at the exact stats from last year, but he had some absurd amount of receptions ending on the 1-yard line. I think it's all-time historic, WTF, how is this happening? Landing on the 1-yard line, and he has 2 more today. So Zach Wilson's stats could absolutely be better than they are. So definitely take that into account when you're looking at the stat line. Just like last week, the box score doesn't tell the story. You look at Zach and how he performed today. He was ice cold. His short passing game, I thought, was really nice. The swing passes, the ones to Breece Hall, ones to Garrett Wilson, Michael Carter, off to the side. Those were kind of the passes that were sort of tough for Zach. He was throwing him 100 miles an hour, and today it felt like he was at least dialing that speed back, and he was making those plays, and he was allowing his playmakers to make plays out in space and allow guys to make a defender miss. And that's exactly what you want to see when you have such an elite group of weapons. I mean, just, what are we, 5 deep at receiver, 2 deep at tight end, and, even more in the backfield when you talk about Michael Carter and Breece Hall. And what also kind of irks me, and I know it doesn't count as yardage per se, but there were some situations throughout this game where I think Sauce, Reed, and Carter all had pass interferences called on them that were kind of I don't really know. But then Zach has that point that he does downfield and rips a ball to Conklin. This ball was 50 yards on a rope just through the air. And then Conklin's trying to jump over the dude that's defending him, and the guy doesn't even turn around and hits off the back of his helmet. How is that not pass interference? I know it wouldn't have added to Zach's stat line, but that was an incredible display of strength and just accuracy, and just sort of didn't hold the same consistency for pass interference like we saw in that game. So I was a little irritated by that, I think. But overall, Jets hang 40 on a division rival. This has a ton of fans excited going into the next few weeks. We face the Packers in Lambeau Field next week, and they're coming off a London game. They're going to be a little bit tired. They just lost to the Giants. I don't think Jet fans I think the Jet fans are feeling pretty good right now. And then you're looking ahead at Denver and you're like, I just watched them on Thursday night. They didn't look so hot either. And then you get the Patriots at home on Halloween Eve. And boy, do I want Mac Jones seeing ghosts. But guys, we got to take this one game at a time. Let's head into Lambeau. Let's take care of business. Let's enjoy a victory Monday. Call-in show tomorrow, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Talking Jets on Tuesday. 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Ask us all your Jet-related questions. But those were my top 5 takeaways. Let me know yours down below in the comments. And as always, go Jets.